Hi, Cancer. This is going to be your reading for the third week of March. Good for Sun, Rising, Moon, or Venus sign of Cancer. It is a general reading, though, so it will not resonate with everyone that watches. If it doesn't resonate, try watching your other placements. You could find deeper messages there or your messages there instead. Cancer, if you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my website is down in the description below. If you are new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Please subscribe and hit the bell. When you hit the bell, you know when I read for your sign. And now it's Soma Chandra Cancer. Cancer, this is a pretty meaty reading. I feel like you guys are going to be very emotional in the middle of March. I also think your intuition may be somewhat heightened. And I think it's more about your empathic abilities, which you have to be really careful with, because when you can feel everything and everyone around you, it tends to put you in a place where you push your own feelings down. And that's something that all empaths struggle with. Everyone thinks to be an empath is this cool, magical thing. It's actually a clinical diagnosis that suggests we have a hard time feeling our own feelings above the feelings of others. I think you know this about yourself this week, and I think that you will feel somewhat withdrawn because the cave is here. What came out of the Wild Unknown Archetype deck, which I don't use very often, especially for general readings, but your guides were very pressing that I use this deck for you. They said, their messages are here. And I said, okay. Anima Mundi came out, and the cave. Anima Mundi is an ending and the world, and it's this pause between one cycle and the next. But the Anima Mundi, it speaks about the universal soul and being part of something greater than yourself. It suggests a strong level of emotional connection here on an earth level and in a more spiritual, ethereal way, in a more metaphysical way. But you're the cave. So right now you are sort of withdrawn. The cave came in the upright, and so did Anima Mundi, which I like, because the cave in reverse would be maybe depression or hiding, ghosting even, or someone doing that with you. So I feel like the third week in March, Cancer, you guys will be somewhat withdrawn, processing your endings, ready to start new beginnings. I don't have the World or the Fool on the table. I think you guys are working through some things in the cave this week. I do think that you guys are having a strong connection to your own emotions and the feelings of the universal soul. Some of you are struggling to feel like you're a part of it, possibly because it's a lot and it's overwhelming. For some of you, because the Starborn came out, this may be a gift that you have. Cancers are practically born psychic. You are ruled by the moon of planet Earth, the ebb and the flow. Your intuitive abilities will come to you in cyclical waves, and they will be very attached to emotion and feelings. I think this may be overwhelming to you. That's okay. It's overwhelming to me too. I'm looking at it, I'm like, girl, same. Guys, same. But the Starborn is a great card, you guys. This actually came out as your challenge. This is where you, well, oh my gosh, I said the World and the Fool did not come out. I stand corrected. I am wrong, Cancer. This is the World, and the Starborn is kind of like the Fool to a degree. There is this untapped hidden potential within you. The Starborn is about your gifts, what you are really known for, what you are really good at. This week, it's time to maybe spend some time alone thinking about how you contribute to the animus, to the universal soul, but in your own unique and special way. It starts with your gifts. What are you good at? What do you love to do? How can you contribute? These things make you special, Cancer. You are a little egg ready to crack and come out, but it looks like you'll come out when you're ready. Yes? I think you guys are working through something for sure, and it has to do with feeling other people's feelings versus your own. Your guides want you to pay attention to your feelings. It will help you contribute more to the universal soul. We have to start with our own soul first. This card almost made me cry. I was like, well, this is a question we all need to ask ourselves. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I give myself all of the love and attention that I need. This week is a week of, first of all, naming all the things you love that you really truly love and asking yourself why you love them, I think, and asking yourself, do you love yourself? This week is a week of giving yourself all the love and attention that you need. This suggests to me that you have not been getting the love and attention that perhaps you seek outside of yourself. Other people will disappoint you in this way right now. Focus on self-love. Do you love yourself? And I know that because this was at the top of the deck as a challenge. What am I looking for outside of myself that is already within me? It looks like it might be love. Now, it's not bad or wrong for us to seek love out and validation outside of ourselves. Of course it's not. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we look for love outside of ourselves? That's okay. But you're in the cave for a reason, figuring out what makes you you and what makes you this starborn and what makes you special, Cancer. Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward and find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Whoa. These cards all by themselves tell us so much. Even without the tarot, I think the oracle cards are more important than the tarot. Wanted to use the Island Time Wellness deck about relationship. This could be about any relationship in your life, even the relationship you have with yourself. The Grim Reaper. This relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Oh, don't make the relationship you have with yourself over, unless you need to start brand new, okay? But it looks like a relationship might be over. Self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. I feel as though while you are in the cave this week, Cancer, you will be doing shadow work. I feel as though based on these cards, you're trying to let go of relationships that trigger your shadow side, but not to push them down, to acknowledge them. Yeah, and then also help you face your shadow and ask yourself, what am I really looking for outside of myself? I do need to indulge in myself right now and let the things that have died be dead and love myself. The snake came out. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious. Look over your shoulder, the other woman. There may be someone around you, a woman or a man, that you don't trust at the moment. Not today. Not dealing hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. You might still be angry at someone and you don't want to deal. The roles could be reversed though. If these cards speak to another person in your life, this is what they're doing, Cancer. These messages might be about someone that you're wondering about. But I meant for them to be about you. The Sword and the Rose is here as well. Some of you are connecting to an air sign, or you have air in your chart. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Now, the Queen of Swords is coming out up here as your advice, and she's in the reverse. The Queen of Swords within you, Cancer, wants you to believe in your truth and your clarity and your force and your honor and your protection and your power. This is a person to be reckoned with. If you're dealing with someone who's passive-aggressive, has to get the last word, is overly emotional and shitty, I get why you're saying not today, you snake. Go deal with your damn shadow side. This is over. Some of y'all are saying that to somebody else. Some of you guys are saying that to somebody else. I have the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Some of you guys are feeling shy. Look at this little Page of Wands. He's shy. There is some fun to be had around you. Some of you are kind of standing back and watching from afar. I just did a reading for Libra on my other channel the other day. They were doing something similar. Some of you feel like you guys have to stand back and watch the other kids play right now. You're busy working. You want to get out there. You're feeling a little shy, but you might not feel like you can get along with some of these folks. This might be a person around you that you're trying to coax out. I think that's you based on the oracle cards. I can't stress enough that I could be picking up on the energy around you and explaining another person in focus to you, for you. even though I want this to be about you. So at the center of everything this week, Cancer, I have the Three of Swords, but it's in reverse. So the Three of Swords is about heartbreak, pain, sorrow, grief, and hurt, sometimes communicable disease, sometimes triangulation, sometimes illness. So if any of you have been ill or been heartbroken or felt sorrow or pain, you are releasing this pain this week. You are focused on optimism and forgiveness. Watch for negative self-talk, though. Watch for saying not nice things about yourself. Don't talk about my friend like that. I mean, your guides are telling you they want you to look inside yourself for what you need and love yourself while you're in this cave. But I think you're in the cave because you're stressed out about some things. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords. Ooh, you're overthinking it this week. Some negative thoughts, a self-imprisonment of the mind. Some of you have a bit of a victim mentality. You might actually be the victim in the situation. You sort of feel trapped in your head about something, or there's something that you're not seeing. That's your challenge this week, Cancer. That's not the center of everything. Sorry, you guys, I'm hoarse this morning. That's not the center of it all. That's your challenge. If you have but one challenge this week, it's that you're really having some negative thoughts. Be mindful of these. Try to disrupt those thoughts by going out and doing something. I don't see you doing that. You might not be able to this week. The weather might be bad. You might have wanted to travel and you couldn't. I do notice your card of the Chariot in reverse. So watch your negative thoughts. I do see you getting over heartbreak. Deep past and what's affecting you the most in the present moment from the deep past. I have Temperance in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. So Libra or Pisces here, sometimes Cancer as well, and Sagittarius energy here. You could have been dealing with those signs. Maybe you have them in your chart. In the deep past, some of you just didn't listen to your intuition about a Sag. You might have ghosted one too. I think deep within what's driving you is that you're running hot and cold about a situation. 1 minute you feel one way, 1 minute you feel another way. You can't determine the purpose. Something was excessive. You feel an impatience. You can't feel calm and peaceful. Something does need to be brought into balance for you. High Priestess in reverse is someone who isn't listening to their intuition when they should be. You might have not listened to your intuition in a situation. You could have also been dealing with a person that was promiscuous, that played games, that ghosted you, that kind of messed with you. Yeah, hopefully you weren't that way with them. If you were, it's okay. You can work through that. Recent past and subconsciously, Six of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse. Some of you were connecting to an air sign. I have the King and Queen of Swords on the table here. So this might be a relationship with two people who were very smart and well matched in certain ways, but couldn't get it together and come up with a good strategy and solution. Maybe you got angry with each other. Maybe you each wanted to get the last word with each other. He might have been kind of a dick and you couldn't protect your heart in the situation. You both have a quiet power and an inner truth. There's a burnt bridge between you and this person. You are haunted by the past with this person. Sometimes you think about a forgiveness with them, but ultimately, even if you're the King of Swords, I think you feel like you could never discern the truth with them. You might have lost your cool with this person. Watch out for having unusually high standards or trying to get the last word and play devil's advocate. Sometimes the King of Swords lets his need for authority and to be the smartest person in the room get the better of them. Hell, you might have just rejected an air sign. I think that you felt like you didn't have a lot of foresight in this relationship. You might have been standing there watching from afar to see what would happen. That's not happening now. Let go of the past with this person or this situation. For right now, some of you feel like you just need to play it small. You might be lacking confidence with this person. You clearly are holding on to the past with them. You don't have to forgive them in person if you don't want to or you can't. But I would work through the haunted memories. That might be what's triggering you into these racing thoughts for the week. 3 cards came out as your advice. Judgment, Scorpio energy, 8 of Cups in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a massive, important homework assignment that I swear to God, every human being needs to do. Listen to your judgment. It will not steer you wrong. Some of you are thinking about trying one more time with a person. You feel a strong inner calling to do so, but you would need to be very direct with them. And they would need to be much more direct with you. This Queen of Swords is a person that's struggling with being overly emotional in a situation, struggling with passive-aggressive communication, struggling to directly communicate and have clear boundaries. This could have been a person in your life that you thought the boundaries were clear with, but apparently they weren't. You might not have been clear with them. They might not have been clear with you. Your guides are saying to you, it's important to, at this time while you're in the cave, address any abandonment issues that you have and address your emotional maturity level and your spiritual and emotional growth. Address the need to be an emotional escapist in a situation or pay very close attention to someone doing that to you. It's important to come up with solutions that are pertinent at this time and be independent and have clear boundaries and leave your biased judgment at the door. And if a person can't do that with you, don't let them trap you in your head. Just walk. Or you can try one more time and figure out how to communicate better. But I think that this week you're not gonna, because the Five of Wands is in reverse. So I see you being conflict avoidant for the week. I think you're going to focus more on working through inner conflict, Cancer. And I think that you need to relieve tension. You and this person might have a lot of differences, or the environment is just a little overwhelming and you are not interested in getting in the mud pit of life. I know that because of the way you see yourself. You see yourself as the Nine of Wands in reverse, overwhelmed at the moment. It takes you all your inner resources to make it through life this week. You might feel a little defensive and paranoid. I don't like the word paranoid, but it's an extreme version of the Nine of Wands in reverse. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and it's a struggle, you may feel as though your boundaries are tested. Some of you are thinking about letting your guard down, but you're afraid to. Just listen to the calling of your own angel. I think that you're overwhelmed and you don't want to deal with conflict. I think that you're running hot and cold and you're needing to trust your own intuition. Your intuition is here for you. Watch out for somebody that's playing games with you. They may or may not know they're doing that, but ultimately it's all happened, Cancer, to put you in a situation where you see your inner talents that want to come out and to love yourself more. It's all happening for you, not to you. Hidden factors that you don't know. Five of Pentacles in the upright, Seven of Swords in reverse. Whoever this person is, they're not getting what they need. They're left out in the cold and they lie to themselves and cheat themselves. They may even feel guilty. Conversely, Cancer, if you don't face some things and listen to your intuition and get out of your head, you might cheat yourself in a situation. You might have a hard time being flexible and adaptable this week and acting upon your own behalf in a positive way. Sometimes we do need to just take our shit and get out of a situation. Some of you feel stuck where you are. You might be affected financially by this. Ask for help where you can get it. Where you can get it. The way you're feeling right now, Cancer, the Chariot in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I definitely feel like you guys are just sort of idling in the garage and trying to calibrate the GPS of your own soul this week. I see quite a bit of being overwhelmed and stuck in your head. Some of you can't move forward because you're afraid you're going to catch COVID and you don't know how to communicate to someone about that. I do see it's possible that there's a new opportunity here for you with this Ace of Pentacles. You might just lack a plan or foresight. You might feel like you might refuse someone's offer this week because it will involve travel or even relocation. And you're like, nope, my car's in the shop this week, or I just don't feel like I can overcome the obstacles and challenges at this time to get to this new seed that I can plant, which could be a job opportunity or a new relationship. That's just because you've got some stuff to work through, clearly. Might be a divine timing thing. Final outcome for you, though, Cancer, is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. Not waiting around for something this week, and you might not want to hear about it, and you might not want to talk about it. So I'm definitely seeing that between yourself and someone in the environment, or just in general, there is a lack of communication. But that might be intentional. You might just feel like you cannot explore and study this at this time with the Page of Swords in reverse. This is where we need to focus a little bit more on self-expression. Watch out for being all talk, no action, for hasty and haphazard action, for in and out communication. Watch out for gossip and hearsay. Don't believe everything you hear. Get all the facts. I also see that you might just be walking or pulling back from a situation because you're suddenly not seeing long-term growth potential. With the Three of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you might be like, there's no point in even exploring this because I feel like there's limited success and reward here. But some of you might just be lacking foresight. If you persevere and invest in something that's worthy for you and you have foresight, you will be able to leave behind that which no longer serves you. And you will hear the angel of the divine, which is Temperance, and you'll be able to hear your intuition. Okay? For now, listen to the advice of the universe, which is, what are you looking for outside of yourself that's already within you? And name what you love, putting yourself at the top of the list. Use this cave time to figure out how you can separate your own feelings from the feelings of the world around you while still allowing that to be valid and allowing yourself to be a valid part of the Anima Mundi, which is the universal soul. Find your gifts and let them come out. They are here for you. Yeah. All right, Cancer, that's your reading for the third week in March. Pretty deep, kind of intense. I hope it resonates and I hope it helps you. You can book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. The link to my website's down in the description below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Cancer. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. Peace. I'll see you next time.